Should pop in here somewhere.
All right, here we go.
There we go.
What's up, Facebook? My name is JoJo Keys. I'm sitting here with my partner, David.
Hey, Joe.
And Ruth Acuff and her husband, Jeff.
Hi.
Hi.
I'm just checking my stuff here. How's everybody doing? I'm just going to check the delay, make sure we're all good.
Look at this, Joe. Pretty cool, man.
Yep. All right, cool. So, Roundtable. I'm glad everybody's here because this is what it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be indie musicians hanging out, listening to indie music, talking about indie music. And I'm excited. So, Dave, you're a little sick, aren't you?
I laid in the bathtub naked all day. It was just easier, in case anything happened, you just rinse yourself off. I'm sorry if that's gross.
It is sick, Dave.
Yeah, isn't that gross, guy? I mean, I'm sorry. That's just what happened, though.
Is it the stomach flu?
Or
the other kind of flu?
What's the other kind? Bird flu?
Boogie flu, I think.
I don't know what it is. Just
aching bones, fever.
No appetite, can't hold anything down.
Oh.
But I could feel it's. I think tomorrow I'll be all right. But
do you want a cookie, Dave? Sorry.
No, can't eat.
Cool. So anybody that doesn't know Ruth is a former featured artist, where she's a harpist and a singer and songwriter, and she's sitting here with her husband Jeff, who is her engineer and musical partner in life, and as well as other partner. So guys, why don't you just tell us what you've been up to lately? Let's just do a soft little intro here and just give us a rundown of how was your tour. How's your dog? Do you have any kids?
We just got back. Well, Jeff actually didn't go with me over the fall, but I did a house concert tour, traveling through 20 different states, traveled over 8,000 miles, played a lot of great shows in people's homes and backyards, and now I'm back home with Jeff and Luna.
Oh, there we go.
And we have a little puppy Zuko back here chewing on a bone on the floor.
Nice.
And since I've got back, the Royal Furs released a full-length album.
Oh, yeah.
So it was, I guess, the week after I got back. And Jeff did the engineering on that.
Very cool.
I saw the CD release party or something was going on. Am I thinking right?
Well, we did that in the end of October, Halloween, actually.
Okay.
Halloween weekend.
What's the next 6 months looking for you?
Ruth Acuff is recording a new album.
Okay.
So looking forward to that. And the Royal Furs are going to be playing out and writing new material. So.
Okay, cool. That sounds
awesome. Right on.
Sounds like
Well, Be Easy was supposed to be here tonight, but I don't know where he is, so it's just the four of us, which I thought was going to be three, so that's even better. 4 is better than 3. Awesome setup tonight, don't you think, Dave?
Yeah, Joe, I'm proud to be here to see all the records in the background. It's almost like a library of music.
And the guitar amps.
I still have a dream of a physical 3-dimensional round table.
That's what I was kind of working on, and this is what you got for today. But I can I can bend the picture, I can turn us around. We look a little funny, but I'm going to try it sometime where it's we're kind of sitting in a square world, virtual reality world or whatever. So, all right, let's listen to a tune, shall we? Let's see here. First up tonight, we have a dude. I believe this guy is from Scotland. He goes by the name of Electrobuddha. This is his song, She's Electric. If you guys don't mind, if you could mute your mics when we play songs. So, Electrobuddha, She's Electric on Indie Musicians Roundtable.
Interesting. Use an internal mic. See what I can do.
She makes me want to be at the human races. I found my place in time. The woman blows my mind. Yeah, she's electric. I got sexual frustrations. Only place in time, the woman blows my mind. Found a place in time, the woman blows my mind. Yeah, she's electric. Place in time, the woman blows my mind. I found a place in time, the woman blows my mind. Yeah, she's electric. Ooh. Worldly wise, whispers on an open fire. The dream she brings to me.
Oh,
Joe, you're muted.
Sorry, I had my mic down. Sorry, that was Electrobuddha, thanks, sir, with She's Electric. I'm back to pushing buttons and weaving and bobbing, but hey, it's a lot better than Blab used to be, right?
oh,
So,
yeah.
so whoever wants to go first, go ahead and shoot.
Jeff's going first.
What?
That's what they said.
I'm not sure who the they was, but
back.
okay.
Some people behind me.
So let's see. This one I thought was pretty cool in a variety of ways, and the She's Electric subject, you know, it kind of gets me in a way AC/DC gets me, where I'm kind of tired of it, but at the same time, it's a little charming. So I quickly got past my initial whatever feeling might have been about that. Thought the guitar solo was great. There's a little bit of a rhythmic thing in there. I don't know if it's in the playback. If it's actually designed into that guitar solo, I think it was pretty cool because it made me go, whoa, I kind of wanted to scroll back and listen to it, but I couldn't. It sounded like everybody that was playing got it. I thought the drums could come up a little in the mix. They seemed a little like they were maybe recorded in a different situation, and then the vocals and guitar were put on top. And so those almost kind of sounded mix-wise like they were, the vocals and guitar were going to a backing track. I thought that there might have been another lyric, but I thought the lyric that had sexual frustrations in it was both clunky and awkward and endearing because of that. I kind of wanted to hear it go a little more that way. I realize that this artist might not be seeking any campiness, but at the same time, I feel like there's a market there to kind of camp it up a little bit. Maybe because it's got a nostalgic feel, and
Yeah, I mean there's new bands that play off that. They come out every month, you know, so that's not like a esoteric point or anything. But yeah, it was a little AC/DC, like Ted Nugent, you know, in there a little.
yeah.
I'm like, I don't know why I'm like going so far back the past month, Joe. I'm like going back to the 70s, like almost every time when I hear a song. But
Well, you're old, so you know.
I guess I'm not that old though. I was born in the 70s.
I was listening to Dukes of the Stratosphere the other day, which was an XTC spinoff band. And Dukes of the Stratosphere was, it was like their alter ego, and it was all kind of psychedelic. And that song fit into that vibe, you know, kind of shag rock or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, it's just, I always like think about the periods in time where there's like a transition of genres starting to overlap, you know, like punk into, you know, rock or psychedelic into rock, you know, all these different like blending, and that, I don't know, that's kind of what I hear, you know, with a song like this is like, I always think, how did he formulate his sound, and almost like try and deconstruct it. I can't help it. But Ruth, what do you think?
I felt like it was pretty nostalgic, and I liked it. I did feel like there was something. Well, I wondered if it was recorded live.
Yeah, because of the muffled drums. I heard the muffled drums too, but it was
something with the mixes seemed off to me. I'm not quite sure what, but it didn't quite seem maybe up to industry standard, if that's the right
term.
But I did like it. I really liked the bridge section towards the end of that clip where it just totally changed the vibe. And right before that section, I felt like the drums, which made me think maybe it was live, they seemed a little off, like out of rhythm. And maybe that's what you were talking about.
Could be. There was just something I heard. I was like, whoa, did it skip? Is that the way it was planned out? It didn't seem like anything got thrown off the wagon, but it seemed like it.
Yeah, I heard the same thing, and to me, it was almost like when I listened back, I didn't hear it every time, and it almost sounded like there was like even maybe he was using analog tape and a splice got spliced into the wrong spot or something, and like, because nothing really.
Yeah, something else that happens a lot is like the guitarist who wrote the song, he'll record his parts before the drums, and he'll just like play to a click track, and he's on time, but he's not playing to the drums, and that's. If you don't have a producer, if you're like a new band, most people don't realize like the smartest way to kind of piece together their recording.
I think he actually did all the recording himself. The way these things are, it's like one guy, but that also could be the same thing. You lay down a drum track and you do it to a click. Next thing you know, your guitar is a little bit off. Maybe you redo the drums, and that gets a little bit off somewhere. It
just keeps. Yeah, and then you drop the original track, and then all of a sudden it's all this like hodgepodge. Yeah,
and then you have the other end of it where there's musicians who don't like to use click tracks because they want their music to ebb and flow. Because music does not always just go to all the time. So it is what it is. The song grew on me over the last couple of days when I was listening to it. So I found myself singing it, a lot today.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Which is a good thing, right?
It is good. There's some hooks. It's catchy. I mean, that's what you want in all music.
I really liked his voice, and I thought he had great delivery. So that was awesome. And I thought that the songwriting could be cleaned up a little bit. Some of it seemed like a little rushed in certain places. Sure. Or really, it could be cleaned up or dirtied up, I guess.
Yeah, maybe.
Whoa, Ruth.
I mean, you could go the opposite way.
Let's hear about watching.
Yeah, just take it over the edge.
She's so electric. So cool. So everybody that's hanging out with us, we're just on Facebook tonight. I'm hoping to be double streaming again on the Indie Musicians Roundtable and triple streaming eventually all the way around. I am running everything myself here on Thursday nights, so it's the JoJo Keys Productions. And Lincoln in the house, D-Brax is in the house. Let's actually go ahead and listen to a D-Brax tune. It's D-Brax or Dub-Brax or something. I don't know. I think it's D-Brax. So this is a keyboard player, guy of my own instrument, and some smooth jazz. D-Brax with 330. And if you want to become a featured artist on the Indie Music Plus site, go ahead and do what that little blurb just said. Go to indiemusicplus.com and submit your music. We have all kinds of different submissions levels on our site. So, little smooth jazz tonight. I don't think we've ever actually had any smooth jazz on our show, Dave.
Unfortunately, it's not that much, but the people are saying that Ruth is going first on this one.
Okay. I really liked this. I felt like I had this slow groove vibe going on. It was really easy to listen to. I liked the production. One thing at the beginning, I don't usually like crowd sounds in recordings, but I thought this was okay, and it kind of made me feel like I was in a crowded room and I was escaping to this world of smooth jazz. So I really liked that. And I liked how simple it was. At first I thought, oh, maybe there could be other added instruments or textures, which I do think some different texture could help in there to bring out some different feelings. But I also really liked the simplicity of it. I liked how the piano wasn't just going crazy all over the place and you could easily follow it. It was upbeat but relaxing at the same time.
Yeah, I hear you. Soothing. I think one of the songs that we reviewed of yours had a nice soothing intro. But yeah, this was interesting to me because it was almost like a crossover. I was hearing some like meditation type of music, some new age, obviously smooth jazz, but I was really into smooth jazz for a while, like getting really deep into it. And what I notice about that style and that genre is it's always like really like super crisp and clean, the smooth jazz that's on the radio. And that's, I guess, like that's consistent in most smooth jazz. So like I wouldn't just call this that. I wouldn't just call it's like, yeah, just smooth jazz, because there's a little trance in there. It's just like zone out music, just something to maybe work to, but I liked it. I mean, the bass was really, really heavy on my system. I don't know if you guys were cool with the bass on. What do you think, Jeff?
I liked it. I thought it worked sonically. Okay. The mix worked pretty great. Are you passing the mic to me for my overall?
Sure, take it.
All right. I'll take it.
Don't drop it. No.
Well, at the end, maybe. I liked the backing track a lot. I recognized the second time listening to it, this being like a 2-minute cutting out of a greater piece. If I were hearing the whole piece, I might hear some things that I wanted to hear in those 2 minutes. Mm-hmm. Like Ruth suggested, maybe some different instruments come in and out. I could hear different things dropping out, hearing the skeleton of the backing track. But I thought that what we heard there, the backing track, was great. I liked the initial piano motif. Again, if I were hearing the whole thing, I might have a different comment next. But within what we did hear, I kind of wanted to hear a little more space in the piano. Maybe a measure without piano, something that kind of relieved me. After I first heard that motif, I kind of felt like, okay, it's set that, and now it's a different keyboard should come in and do the solo part or something. But, that's me. And
well, I was even thinking maybe a little more. It was almost a little too spacey. Like I was hoping for a little more melody, even maybe a solo or something. And I heard the whole song. I don't remember hearing anything like that. But overall, the groove was cool, and the feeling was good, and the musicianship was good. I wish there was just more melody.
Yeah, but that I think that goes back to like what this genre really is. Like with the smooth jazz traditional genre, there always is some type of melody and a solo that has its place. But when you get into electronic and trance, sometimes that's all it is. Just for a few minutes, it's just a nice groove, and it's about like verse chorus. It's not about a hook. That's just what it is. So yeah.
I think maybe some of that or some of the loop-based things out there kind of make me want to hear a break in the piano, and then maybe the piano repeats later, or and then thinking about within the smooth jazz world, that the playing after that initial motif, I felt like didn't quite get as virtuosic as you might hear in that world. And it seemed like, I don't know the player, so I don't know where they can go. It seemed like they could either go a little more virtuosic in there, or if that's beyond where they're at, maybe.
Yeah, get like a session like sax player to just step in for this like rip and solo, and then it's a whole new song, or what?
I don't know, possibly, or just within the piano thing. I thought maybe if they didn't do that, they could step back a little bit so that when they played phrases, they had more meaning. That's what I think.
Yeah.
Well, Brax is in the house, and he said this is good, and he wants to say hello, and he says okay. I don't know. Hope you're okay with everything we're saying about your tune, man. Remember, everybody that's on this show, any one of our shows, it means that you've made a cut. We get music submitted from all over the world all the time. There is there's a threshold. So even though you're on like the B-side show, it's actually good because you get a lot more constructive criticism for your songs and promotion and exposure as well. So. Carlos Sandifer in the house, Mr. Kamal, another former featured artist in the house, says hello. Carlos Phoenix, who also does some awesome live streaming stuff all over the internet, is here. I think it's called what's your network called, Carlos? Do you remember, Dave?
The Lounge
Network. There we go. Cool. So let's go ahead to another tune. We're running a little ahead of schedule, but that's all right. Do you guys want to listen to rap or R&B?
Ooh. Let's do some rap.
All right. This is Ovie with his song Progress.
Well, I haven't heard this yet. I gotta listen.
Cause everyone a be a star. Everyone a brand new guy, man. Everybody tryna get to the top. Everyone wanna get their spot, but nah. Cause these niggas ain't got the juice. These niggas ain't got the juice. Hey. These niggas ain't got the juice. These niggas ain't got the juice. Hey. Everyone a be a star. Everyone want a brand new car, man. Everybody tryna get to the top. Everyone wanna get their spot, but nah. Cause these niggas ain't got the juice. These niggas ain't got the juice. Hey, these niggas ain't got the juice. These niggas ain't got the juice. Hey, these niggas ain't got the juice. These niggas ain't got the juice. Hey, these niggas ain't got the juice. These niggas ain't got the juice. Let's take it back to the roots. Smoking on trees, one hell of a fruit. What's on your mind? I don't know, so please, girl, just give me a clue. You don't even know what I've been through. You think you know, but if only you knew the truth, you'd be so bright, so fool. I became wild and I ain't no fool. Asking questions like it's an interview. Stuff like, who the fuck were you talking to? I'm just doing business, growing my revenue, trying to get out of that class. I'm peaceful, but don't try me. Silent, but we're really about the violence. Call up an ambulance, so you know when I'm speaking, niggas better be quiet. Everyone wanna be a star. Everyone want a brand new car, man. Everybody tryna get to the top. Everyone wanna get this spot, but they gotta choose. Everyone wanna be a star. Everyone want a brand new car, man. Everybody tryna get to the top. Everyone wanna get this spot, but nah, cause these niggas ain't got the juice. These niggas ain't got the juice. Everyone wanna be a star. Everyone want a brand new car, man. Everybody tryna get to the top. Everyone.
A little bit of Ovie, a little bit of hip hop, a little bit of rap, a little bit of auto tune.
Yeah, can I jump in there with that?
Go for it.
On that? I thought there was a really interesting use of the vocal fry technique and whatever vocal effect auto tune. I felt like it was really cool and unique, especially with a man. I hadn't heard music with that many men using vocal fry like that. I did think it was a little bit overused in this song. And I maybe could cut back a little bit just to make it more effective when it does come in there.
Yeah, we had a discussion about this last week on the Roundtable with Be Easy, who kind of clued us in on this new style, which we've all heard before, but this new style of using the vocoder, or the I always call it vocoder, but auto tune over top of the rapping and stuff, where you get this high pitch kind of thing, and it's supposed to match up and stuff. And this guy actually probably did it better than I've heard recently. This is another tune that over the week of me preparing the show and stuff, Carlos Phoenix says he enjoyed all 6 lyrics. I'm glad, man.
Man, jeez.
Yeah, Carlos is ripping it. But yeah, Dave, what do you have something to say? I think.
Was this the first 2 minutes of the song?
Pretty much. If there's like a long extended intro, I'll cut into where just the groove comes in. But
it's kind of interesting. Like, there's a lot of the energy was like right in the beginning, then it just kept slowing. I was waiting for him to come back, like with just a power chorus and bring it back up, but it seemed to like just kind of be like almost like the whole song was like a outro or something. It was weird, but I like that. I like the vocal effects and I like the energy when I'm listening to rap. That's the differentiator for me. That's, we don't pick songs for either of our shows if it's just a guy like with no energy in his voice, no life. He's just like reciting on top of a beat.
Real quick, Dave, one of my favorite things is when people go, "Hey, yo, I just freestyled this on my phone. Check it out."
No, but he had that part. I don't know. I was looking for a little more with the background music just to build the scene a little better. Like, I think vocally, it's like, cool, man, you got that covered. I would spend a little more time on the other stuff if I were him on this song, but I think it was cool, man. I liked it.
Jeff, you look like a rapper. What do you think?
Yeah. Well, it's interesting. I actually spent a couple of years working in a studio here in town that got a lot of rap coming in. And, so this kind of immediately brought back a feeling because this was sort of in the vein of some of that. But there were things about this that I liked quite a bit. What I found in that situation is that a lot of people want to rap, and then some people can rap, and then some people are really good at it. And this guy seemed pretty good at it. Lyric-wise, I've always been a fan of more political or progressive stuff. It sounds like, I don't know. I could see a lyrical revamp, but I don't have to be the audience. Vocal wise, I dug the effects, and I thought that was a good use of it. I agree with the backing track. Again, the same going back to the previous artist. I felt like I wanted to hear different combinations of all the sounds going on instead of just all of them at the same time, and maybe later on there's different combinations or something, some kind of breakdown, but I would kind of like to have heard something differentiate between a chorus and a verse, to kind of keep that energy at least coming back, or growing as it went on. I didn't think of it sounding like an outro, but there's something maybe just in that hook in general. It might even just be one instrument that kind of gives it that feeling that it's wrapping up, that we're at the end of the song and it's fading into the next thing. Maybe that, whatever that is, could just be dropped off during the verse and then brought back in for the choruses or something. I don't know. I ran into a lot of people coming in. Here's my beat. They put on the beat and then they rap to it. And I always wanted to get the beat maker in there and have them punching in and out the different sounds. And this is kind of, one of those situations again. But then again, I really like dub reggae, and maybe that's part of it too, is I want to hear how these little parts.
Yeah, no,
of course.
I hear you.
When the floor drops out,
I liked the MIDI harp, the fake harp that was in there. I think it was about a minute out from the end, a little more than a minute out from the end.
Oh, cool. I didn't even hear that.
A bunch of harp glissandos, not real harp. A real harp would sound better.
More than likely.
But I did like
So you're call me? Is that what you're
give me
trying
a
to say
call.
to this guy? Just give me a call.
Glissandos for you.
Cool. Well, this is fun. I'm having a good time.
Me too.
Dave hasn't thrown up yet? Or
No.
anything else?
Not yet.
Although he told me about what was going on last night, and boy, I'm glad you're still here, man.
Yeah, let's talk more about that. Talk about the details of all.
Well, go ahead. You have the floor.
How about this? Let's talk about a topic of the music industry.
Yeah, let's do that for a minute. Good. Thank you.
We can debate on. Do you have anything, Jeff, that you something that's just been like eaten away that you want to like discuss about the industry? Ruth, what you
Ruth's
know?
Looking at him like, of course you do.
Yeah,
You
exactly.
pitch at me all the time about stuff.
That was a look like, Jeff, you just told me this thing today. So what is it?
Thanks, Ruth. I have no idea what that thing is. I don't know, a topic of the music industry. Here we experience a lot of live music industry stuff. And I think that one topic that has occurred to me more and more is, I don't know if it's up for discussion to where I hear of it being talked about much, is there's so much entertainment in your home now that a live audience is kind of hard to, you got to go to their house and drag them out sometimes. I mean, obviously there's some scenes that develop around going out and being social, but then there's so many things, Netflix or your video game box or whatever, that have just, or our phones, that are just cause lethargy in the old legs and inertia to set in. I really, I'm hoping for more and more ways to either use that, like this, for example, to connect to people, or perhaps a resurgence of the live audience world, because it's recordings are great. I love them. I've been doing recording since I was in my teens, sneaking time on my brother's stuff. But
Jeff, I've thought about this stuff a lot as well. So I think I had a shift in consciousness. I want to guess maybe 18, 20 years ago, when I saw a band. I was still playing live at the time, and I went and saw this band, and it was 4 guys on stage, and all they had was a computer in front of them, and they just stood in a line. There was no drum, nothing else, no amps, no instruments, and that was it. That was their performance. One guy, they're just pushing buttons up, whoa. I'm like, wait, is this the future right here?
Right.
And then the follow-up question to that is, why do I need to be here to see this if that's the future? So, is there always going to be an allure to, watching someone master their instrument live in front of people, to just almost to prove that, they've done it, they know how to do it, and what they recorded is not just a computer program, but something that is also art, and that they could reproduce in front of people.
Right.
So that question, I think, will go on for 50 years, probably longer. But I think 50 years from now, it's just what I see is it's going to just be so rare to find a guy playing acoustic guitar at a coffee shop. It's going to be like a fossil, And so I don't. Yeah, it's exciting to see what's going to happen with it. But yeah, this live streaming that we're doing, Joe and and our producer Rob, we talk about this all the time, about people starting to do shows through this platform.
Right.
Where if you have 2,000 people watching you live, it's wait, I only get 200 at the bar. So what's...
And you could still sell tickets, to
and you can sell
stream.
tickets, you can sell shirts, just all merchandise that people do offline. At the peak of my career, we were making as much money with shirts that we were at the door. We'd make a few $100 in shirt sales and make a few $100 at a show. It's all right, cool, this is important. So if you can reproduce that scene online,
and reach more people.
Yeah, but does that cheapen it? I guess
Ruth,
that's the debate. Does it cheapen the experience?
Ruth, you just went and did that house tour, and you did a lot of Snapchat and live streaming and stuff.
Yeah, I did. which was amazing. And you don't get the same feeling from a screen, even if it is live.
Sure.
You don't get to feel the energy so specifically and directly. And I feel like maybe that's something like we will have more performances that are based from a screen. But it would be awesome if it was like a house concert with this live video happening, because I feel like as an artist, it's a circle and you get energy back from the people that are listening to you. And, if you're playing in a place where nobody's listening, it's much more difficult to do your best and put on your best performance.
Mm-hmm.
I think this whole discussion is it's gonna run parallel to advances in technology as well, where you start talking about like virtual reality and people becoming more comfortable just having fun, entertaining experiences at home. And like there's apps where like you can date your app, like you can have a girlfriend on your phone. Where it's just this is my girlfriend, and we talk. It's artificial intelligence, and it's like, and then people kind of get fulfilled with this technology in a way where they start to question, why do I even need to leave my house ever?
Right.
It's like I'm fulfilled with all of this technology. It emulates human behavior and human interactions that a lot of people maybe just felt awkward with. Like the introverts, like all the introverts are just going to be like, okay, awesome. Now I got all this technology. Now I never have to leave. I didn't even want to leave before.
Well, and that's partly why I started doing social media, is because I'm a complete introvert, and I for me to be able to be in front of a bunch of people, I gotta just not be able, the live streaming thing is different and hard for me just because of what you're talking about. Just don't want to ever leave your house. No, for me, it's being in front of a camera. For me, it's being in front of a camera. I really had to get used to it. It's taken me about a year, but I think I'm now finally comfortable with it.
That's the blab influence, though, Joe. That's such a cool part of that was, Ruth, did you ever go to blab? Did you ever try that?
No, I didn't.
No? Okay, so yeah, it was just this like, it was kind of like Google Hangouts in a sense, but it was more that there was discoverability. Like you just had this main page where you could just jump into all these rooms with different topics and everything. So what I observed is that people would be jumping into rooms, they'd meet people, and yeah, a lot of them were introverts, but they were able to like become extroverted on this platform and have the freedom to just, if it's like, if I want to go, they press a button and they're gone. They don't have to like do this whole, give me a kiss, give me a hug, we'll see you later. It's just like
I'm out, and they're gone.
All right, I'm out. See ya. They turn off, and then no one. It's accepted because it's online.
Yeah.
So
it makes me think of Concert Window. Are you familiar with Concert Window?
No.
It's a website that hosts concerts online, and viewers can. What's that?
Did you use it?
Yes. I actually released a music video via concertwindow.com. And so I just shared the link from my Concert Window page when I was doing this live broadcast, and people went and watched the video, and we came back and talked about it. And it's cool because you can have people pop in and out, and it's not like they're making a scene leaving the room, at a club or something.
Yeah.
But you can also discover a lot of music. You can sort of hop from show to show, and you can also tip the artist. And you can make your show free, or you can have a cover charge for people to be able to see your live performance.
Yeah, Michael Atkinson in the chat, he's like, he's an introvert off stage. So I'm guessing on stage you are, I don't know, have a lot of,
I think Michael's
like an extroverted personality on stage. But there's a lot of artists are like that. It's like they kind of channel their energy into the performance. They build up to it. They just kind of let loose. They go out. But once they leave that show, it's like they just want to be quiet in a quiet space and just, not be in the noise in the party. I mean, so, yeah.
I think Michael, are you part of 2600? Your name looks familiar. Oh, yeah, he said, yeah. Okay, cool. Yeah. All right. Right on. That was a good, that was a good conversation. Unless you guys want to continue it or...
Oh, let's play that last tune, man.
All right. Again, I'm having fun tonight. We're doing this every Thursday night on Facebook Live, 9:30 p.m. Eastern Time. This is the Indie Musicians Roundtable, where we discuss, review, and listen to indie music that's been submitted to us that didn't quite make it on our Tuesday Indie Music Live show, which is where we have our featured artist. Ruth was a former featured artist, so she's hanging out with us tonight with her husband Jeff and David Werba. And let's go ahead and listen to our last song of the night. This is Justine with Not Your Property.
Waking up, the room's pitch dark, asking where I should start. Bed's a mess, an empty space. This is all that I have left. I won't go down on my knees, begging you, oh, don't you leave. I am not the one to blame. I feel your voice in my head. I am not your property. You can't control me. Yeah. I am not yours to keep. You not control me. Yeah. I am not afraid no more. I just have what I dreamed for, and the fire in my blood tells me that I shouldn't stop. Every beat inside my heart is telling me it's time to start. Close the door and leave the keys. I will live a life. I am not your property. You can't control me. Yeah. I am not yours to keep. You not control me. Yeah.
And that was Justine, Not Your Property. I've gotten submissions from this girl before, and she's really come a long way. That's why I decided to play her again tonight. This song grew on me again, over the week as I prepared for the show. So I'm interested. You just look like you got to poop or something, Dave. You got to go? Or?
It's the same expression that I want to make a point about something. It's hard to tell the difference, but I'm curious, like, what her development has been like. Like, it feels like I'm conflicted on this with the identity of, like, her style that she's going for, because it's too slow for dance music. Mm. I mean, I'm trying to, like, picture this in a club or match it with a lot of the most popular dance songs out there, and it's just too slow for that, but it has that style. It's almost like it's dragging in terms of the dance scene, but yeah, I'm not sure on this one.
Interesting point. I feel like you could almost just speed up the tempo of the whole song.
Yeah, and it becomes better. That's what I would think. But
yeah,
or maybe it's a walking song, not a dancing song.
Maybe.
I don't know any walk clubs out there to go.
I really loved the chorus, like the hook of this song, though.
Yeah,
So catchy. I thought it was great. I thought it was really well written, and I'm going to have it stuck in my head.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, I really liked the chorus. I thought that the intro verse and the verses they didn't catch my attention as much as the chorus did, which is standard in songwriting, but felt like it could be improved. Maybe speeding up the tempo would help that. Like, it took too long to get to that part where it grabs you.
Joe, what's been the progression of her sound since you first found her?
It's just gotten fuller sounding. The production's gotten better. Her voice, I think, has gotten better. I'm trying to remember what the song was that she had put in before. But she submitted to us before.
Jeff, what do you think, man?
I think this might have. I don't know. Overall, I feel like this one is the most complete of the ones we've listened to. Not to make it a comparison game, because they're obviously different genres. Sorry, I had a puppy there eating things he shouldn't eat, so I was holding on to him.
Most complete in terms of quality, or just like definition of the sound? What?
I'd say the definition of the sound. I think the previous tune from Ovie was quality-wise, sound quality-wise, competing with it.
Okay.
But I felt like this song, musically had progression to it, lyrically had progression to it, had a hook. And, I don't know, I liked it too. There's the, I don't know, I get a little bit annoyed with the vocal thing, like after some words, there's a hey or whatever, and I can't remember what she had in here just now, but.
Yeah, there was a section of O's.
Yeah. I'm over those O's. But we've had O's for eons, You can go back to Motown stuff and hear things like that popping in there. It'll always be jumping back into our music in one way or another, I imagine. I don't know. I've been sort of subconsciously solicited into this music realm that this is in by thing through my day job, where I lead this fitness group, and one of the people in it was providing music that everybody was dancing to, and there's all these like Ellie Goulding and all these girls. This actually fits in the Ellie Goulding.
Subconsciously solicited into the sound. I actually understand. I understand.
I don't mean to like it, but it's already got a place in my.
But you find yourself going.
Yeah. When Ruth's not around, I'm getting down. So, I've seen people dance to this tempo of music that might quite not seem right. But I don't know. It was all right. It was my favorite of them all overall. But I liked elements of all of them. They all had a spark to them that I appreciated.
I just got a message from Be Easy. He said he totally fell asleep.
At least he's honest.
Yeah, exactly. Cool. Well, this has been fun. Do you guys have anything else you'd like to say about this song or other songs, or anything before we go? Silas A. Cuff says hi, Ruth and Jeff.
What's up, Silas?
Hello, brother.
And I just want to thank everybody for hanging out with me in particular, because this whole
it's a chore. It's a chore, Joe.
Well, yeah, I know.
I mean, it's not easy.
But, Dave, for the past, ever since we've been doing Blab, we talked about Blab earlier, ever since you and I met on there, Dave and I met on there, and that's how we became partners, was just talking on there about exactly what we're doing here, pretty much. But Dave knows that I've been pushing to do this Indie Musicians Roundtable. As you can see, this is only the 10th one, and on our other show, we're at like 57 this week or something like that. So this is still a work in progress, and I think tonight has been the best yet as far as like music flow, guests. The guests are always cool because I always pick the best guests anyway. It's just a matter of who responds and wants to come. But you
did
two,
great tonight.
Say what?
You did great tonight.
Okay,
you picked
cool.
Great guests tonight.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, you two being here is awesome because you're brand new, and I hope that you come back. And you gave very valuable opinions throughout the night, which is what we're looking for. We're not looking for people to just come on here and just kind of sit on cam. We want to talk. We want to hang out. We want to network. And everybody in the chat, same thing. Thanks so much for talking with us, hanging out, sharing out the video. If you're on the replay, you can still share it out. All the artists, Electrobuddha, Justine, Ovie, and who am I missing? Brax. Thank you so much for letting us listen to your music. And Dave, do you have anything else you want to say tonight?
No, man, good times.
Cool.
Good
Ruth
times.
and Jeff, anything you'd like to say before we roll?
Glad to be here.
Cool.
Yeah,
I hope you
thanks
come
for having
back.
us.
Sorry, Jeff, I cut you off. What?
No, thanks for having us.
Cool. So I really appreciate everybody again for hanging out with us. I'm going to go ahead and shut things down. Catch us Tuesday night, 9:30 p.m. Eastern Time on Indie Music Live. And then Thursday nights, 9:30 p.m. Eastern Time, again, for the Indie Musicians Roundtable. Submit your music. Go and check out some awesome indie music. Also, indiemusicplus.com. Catch you later.